We'll have a small meditation, and then we will all welcome Shrimati Ji to this evening program. We can begin our meditation by collectively bowing down at Shrimati Ji's lotus feet. We can open our hands wide and pray within ourselves for the proper state of meditation, the deep feelings that allow us to worship the goddess, and to together we can say 4 times the mantra to Shri Ganesh. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. We can put our left hand on the ground, our right hand towards Shrimati, and we can say the mantra to Shri Katyayana. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Katyayana Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. We can bring both our hands on our laps towards Shrimati. We can bring our hand to our center heart. And within our hearts, we can place our forehead at the feet of Shri Durga, Shri Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi within our hearts. Here, we can say 12 times, Ma Jagadamba. Ma Jagadamba, 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 Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namaha. We will read a translation of some of the verses of Aigiri Nandini and celebrate within ourselves our goddess, our mother, before whom we are prostrated in our hearts. O beloved daughter of the mountains, who brings great joy to the earth, who brings joy to the whole universe, I prostrate myself before you, who are the form of complete bliss. Your holy abode is in the King of the mountains. Shri Vishnu is filled with joy when he meditates on you. I seek refuge at your lotus feet. O great creatrix of this universe, the great goddess who is the wife of Lord Shiva, the blue-throated one, and of the family of Lord Shiva. The whole universe is your family. You are the one who does the greatest of great actions. O goddess, you cut the demons into 100 parts, and then you cut them again and scatter the parts, and pulverize the remaining parts into less than dust, even those demons that could be described as powerful as the king of elephants, the demons who are as strong as elephants or as ferocious as lions. You alone, O great goddess, cut them and smash them into nothing. All this you do by using your own powerful arms without the help of anyone else. And after having destroyed them completely, if anything remains there, you scatter that also away. You cut off their heads in one sweep and toss them away like balls. In the battlefield, you are so absorbed in the battle that your arms move continuously, shooting arrows. Your entire body shakes as if you are dancing and your bangles make musical sounds. Even while you are continuously brandishing the force of the gods, you do it with total concentration, with grace and beauty. O great goddess, you destroyed the demon Vatuke when you shot your arrows in the battlefield. They looked like flashes of gold and yellow light shining from your bow, and they make sounds that are pleasing to the ear. And your very presence fills this army of gods with enthusiasm, joy, and valor, and even their arrows, which are in the quiver on their backs, shine forth with new colors. Seeing all this, Lord Bhairava dances in front of you in great ecstasy, repeating over and over again, Jai Mataji, Jai Mataji. O great goddess who brings salvation to the world, our complete prostration before you, constant incantation of your holy name is the most supreme prayer that a devotee can take for his own meditation. And when he gets absorbed in saying your name, the need for other sounds and languages falls away. O goddess, who have brought salvation to this world, we constantly prostrate ourselves before you. Lord Shiva, who, though beyond sound and language, when he hears the sound of your wondrous ornaments moving against one another, when you are in battle or in dance and make sounds like Jhana, Jhana, Jinjita and Jinkruta, he becomes totally filled with joy, and leaving his meditation desires to hear these heavenly sounds again and again. O great goddess, who took the form of Sri Ardhanarishwara, when you dance in the company of other great dancers, you put them all to shame. For your divine cosmic dance, you always have the greatest musicians and the singers to accompany you. Those beautiful, pure clusters of lotuses that emit very gently and sweetly beautiful light, you have made these flowers blossom by your own powers and have put them in your hair. Heavenly swans have the power to discriminate, and when they recognize all of your great work, they are filled with complete joy and move around in exalted manner. Just as clusters of bees are attracted to groups of fragrant lotuses, the stars come in clusters attracted to your forehead. We can now prepare to welcome Shrimati Ji.
Swagata agata swagatam, swagata agata swagatam, hum sab karte swagatam, hum sab karte swagatam. आज हमारे बीच पधारे श्री माता जी आप हैं तारे, झुम झुम के करते हैं गान, झुम झुम के करते हैं गान। स्वागत आगत स्वागतम, स्वागत आगत स्वागतम। भुजवर माता जी के दर्शन पाकर, भुजवर माता जी के दर्शन पाकर, करते स्वागत दिल से गाकर, प्रेम फूलों की माला पहनाते हैं, प्रेम फूलों की माला पहनाते हैं। स्वागत आगत स्वागतम, स्वागत आगत स्वागतम। हम सब करते स्वागतम, हम सब करते स्वागतम। आज हमारे बीच पधारे श्री माता जी आप हैं तारे, झुम झुम के करते हैं गान, झुम झुम के करते हैं गान। स्वागत आगत स्वागतम, स्वागत आगत स्वागतम। निर्मल माँ से विनती हमारे, जीवन सुख से करते भारे, आनंद प्रेम शांति सदा ही रहे, आनंद प्रेम शांति सदा ही रहे। स्वागत आगत स्वागतम, स्वागत आगत स्वागतम। हम सब करते स्वागतम, हम सब करते स्वागतम। आज हमारे बीच पधारे श्री माता जी आप हैं तारे, झुम झुम के करते हैं गान, झुम झुम के करते हैं गान। स्वागत आगत स्वागतम, स्वागत आगत स्वागतम।
निर्मल मासे विनती हमारे, निर्मल मासे विनती हमारे,
जीवन सुख से कर दे बारे,
जीवन सुख से करते भारे, आनंद प्रेम शांति सदा ही रहे, आनंद प्रेम शांति सदा ही रहे, स्वागत आगत स्वागतम, स्वागत आगत स्वागतम, स्वागत आगत स्वागतम.
Shri Mataji, with your permission, we would like to offer the Shri Suktam on this, the 6th night of Navaratri. Invoke for us, O all-knowing Agni, the goddess Lakshmi, who is golden like the deer, who wears shimmering gold and silver garlands, who is radiant like the moon, and who is the embodiment of gold and wealth. Invoke for us, O all-knowing Agni, that unfailing Lakshmi whose blessings grant wealth, cattle, all kinds of help and good-hearted friends and family. We invoke Sri Lakshmi, who is divinely resplendent, who stands in the middle of the chariot with horses before her, roused by the warlike trumpeting of elephants, Sri Ganesh being the vehicle of Sri Mahalakshmi. May we be graced by that divine Lakshmi, and may our home be her abode. Here in this place, we invoke the presence of that most compassionate Sri Lakshmi, who is the embodiment of absolute bliss, who has a pleasant smile upon her face, whose luster is of burnished gold, who glistens, having emerged from churning of the milky ocean, who is radiant with splendor, who embodies the fulfillment of all wishes, who satisfies the desires of her devotees, who is seated upon the lotus and who is beautiful like the lotus. We resort to that goddess Lakshmi for shelter in this world, to the one who is beautiful like the moon, who shines brightly, who is blazing with renown, who is adored and attended by the gods, who is highly magnanimous and glorious like the lotus, the consort of Sri Vishnu. To that goddess Lakshmi we humbly pray, may all our misfortunes be destroyed. We surrender to you the one who is resplendent like the sun, by your meditative power and grace, auspicious plants like the bilver tree have grown and matured. May your grace flow in our meditation, and like the fruits of these auspicious trees, destroy all inauspiciousness arising from the inner organs or from the outer senses. O Sri Lakshmi, by your grace, we are reborn in your country with a heritage of wealth. Please grant us the companionship of the gods, and having established their abode within us, may they bestow their blessings of prosperity and fame. Please destroy Alakshmi, who is the embodiment of inauspiciousness and evil, such as hunger, thirst, and greed. O Sri Lakshmi, please drive all misfortune and poverty away from our home. Here, in this beloved land, we invoke Sri Lakshmi, who is the source of all fragrance, who is incapable of defeat and beyond all threat, who nurtures prosperity, whose grace is even in the cow dung, the cow being sacred, and who is supreme among all created beings. O Sri Lakshmi, may we enjoy the fulfillment of all our wishes and desires, the wealth of cattle, abundant varieties of food to eat, and may we speak only the truth. May prosperity and glory radiate from within us. O Sri Lakshmi, Kardama is your progeny as the earth element, the mud from which the lotus grows. Therefore, O Kardama, may you please reside in our home, and with garlands of lotuses, may Mother Shri establish her abode in our home and purify our ancestral line. May Chiklita, the tenacious progeny of Shri, and all those deities that love the purifying water abide in our home and make it auspicious. And may the Divine Mother Shri bless our lineage. Invoke for us, O all-knowing Agni, that most compassionate goddess Sri Lakshmi, who shines like gold, who wears garlands of lotuses, who holds the lotus in her hand, who shimmers with the luster of the moon, who is the overflowing treasure of Shri Kubera and the goddess of wealth. Invoke for us, O all-knowing Agni, that most compassionate goddess Lakshmi, who shines like gold, who wears ornaments and garlands of gold, who is golden, who wields the rod of sovereign power, who is the supreme ruler, who is the sustaining deity of nourishment, and who is brilliant like the sun. Invoke for us, O all-knowing Agni, that great goddess Lakshmi, who is never failing, and whose blessings grant prosperity and wealth, cattle, all kinds of help and good-hearted friends and family. The goddess of fortune will bestow her many blessings upon those who purify themselves daily with devotion and who worship these auspicious prayers with a pure heart. Gain knowledge of that great primordial power. Meditate upon the immaculate goddess, and may that great goddess, Sri Mahalakshmi, grant you enlightenment. Om Shanti 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 Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha.
So, we haven't got a plan, just to warn you.
Jai Sri Mataji, everyone.
Good evening.
It's lovely to see you all. We've got a very short program tonight, so we might have to talk a little bit longer than we'd like to. We hadn't planned to be up here, Adam and myself, but we were planning the evening's entertainments, and the only people we could get to do this bit is us. So if there's anyone who thinks they can do it better, please come and see us, because otherwise you'll be seeing us again tomorrow night.
Well, Bernard, we talked about this, remember? So we had a long discussion earlier about how to introduce the evening, and we decided we should start with an apology. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. Well, that was kind of an apology.
Yeah, and that was the apology, which is that we did look for some talented, eloquent, deep, humorous yogis to present the evening, and we failed. So you've got us.
And I've been suggesting that I could tell a number of my jokes, but it's
No.
Some of them they're a bit risky. I mean,
No.
are you sure I can't tell you that one about the Scotsman in the kilt?
No. Yeah, Finbar was telling us some jokes at lunchtime, and there's a thin line between being funny, being rude, and getting yourself in trouble. And I'm not sure we've mastered it, so we're going to stay away from the jokes.
We don't have any curtains tonight, so there's going to be no big reveal on, and we can't make the next act a surprise.
No. No, and I'm looking at him right now. Good, it's not a surprise to him, which is also good news. So, without further ado, we will start the evening.
Someone you might know, you might have heard him before.
You may know the next act. He is our very own, much-loved Tim Bruce, who is going to do some classical singing for us. As you can see, we have not very good at this, are we? We're meant to seamlessly go into Tim, and he's clearly not quite ready for that. No jokes, okay?
No jokes.
No.
Right, do you want this?
Makes it a bit easier.
Jai Shri Mataji. So just checking at the back. You ready at the back for me? Yeah, okay. So, Shri Mataji, with your permission, we'd like to start with a prayer which is written by you, Shri Mataji, which everybody knows for sure. Mother, please come in my heart. So this is a composition which came to me as I was walking along a river near home. And it's based on a very old English song, which we know as Scarborough Fair or Whitcomb Fair. And it's actually a very old song from about the 14th century. And it invokes that wonderful essence of England, I think. It has that quality in it. So and it's also from where I'm from. So it's from the northeast of England also. And there are not that many yogis. So I hope by singing this song, it increases that potential for more yogis to come from that part of England. So anyway, without any further ado. Akash? my heart, so you are there. Oh, put your feet into my heart. Let your feet be worshipped there. Let me not be in delusion. Take me from illusion. Oh, keep me in reality. Take away the sheen of superficiality. Make me this day be what you'd have me be. May I say what you'd have me say, and may I have love for all mankind. Mother, please be in my heart and my mind. Let me enjoy your feet in my heart. Let me see your feet in my heart. Oh, Mother, forever be in my heart. Forever please reside in my heart. Oh, Mother, please stay in my heart. So the next song is from Mozart. It's from Così fan tutte, Un'aura amorosa. So it's in Italian. And you remember that Shri Mataji talks about how it's very important what we send out. So if we send out love, it goes out and it comes in a parabola and comes back to us even more, with more powerful than what we sent out. So if we send out something negative, the same happens. But this is more about the love aspect, the pure love. So in this song, Mozart's describing this pure state of love, how this aura of love goes out and it goes to the heart of the others and it restores the heart. It purifies the heart and then comes back even more strongly onto your own heart, and how this beautifies all mankind. Un'aura amorosa del nostro tesoro, un dolce ristoro al cor porgerà. Un'aura amorosa del nostro tesoro, un dolce ristoro al cor porgerà, un dolce ristoro al cor porgerà, al cor che nodrito nasbeme d'amore, nasbeme amorosa del nostro tesoro, un dolce ristoro al cor porgerà, un dolce ristoro al cor porgerà, al cor porgerà, al cor porgerà. Un dolce ristoro al cor porgerà. So this final song is another composition of my own, which is a homage to Mozart, one can say. So it's Blake's Tiger. So Blake is the Bhairava, and we know that Mozart was the Narada. And Narada at one point is tricked by Vishnu into having the face of a monkey. So there's something also quite Hanumana-ish about the qualities of Sri Narada, Mozart. And we know that Bhairava and Hanumana always incarnate together. And Mozart was born the year before Blake was born. So I imagined, what if the two of them worked together? They both lived in London around the age of 7 and 8, around 1763, 1764. But what if later in life they came together again and they met and they worked together? So this is my imagining of what that could have been like. So it's very much in a Mozartian style. And it's the feeling is, so the tiger we know is, it's a meditation on the two aspects. So is the lamb, the quality of Christ, which is very compassionate, very loving, but also the quality of the tiger is Bhairava himself, so he's describing himself. And it's a wrathful aspect, it's a frightful, terrifying aspect. And so the meditation is on what is the creator like if it involves both of these aspects and so many more. So it's almost a meditation also on the mother, the quality of that mother, the mother of Bhairava, the mother of Christ, and what the fullness of that could be. And the feeling is of the pure spirit who sees the divine vision, who sees that divine incarnation manifest, and it's a feeling of joy, of bliss, of excitement, of seeing that. So it's more that feeling that we wanted to invoke, and so that's where it comes in the Mozartian style. Blake's Tiger. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the Lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? Dare frame thy fearful symmetry, or dare frame thy fearful symmetry? Thank you also to Galina and also to Dmitry Orlov for the orchestration of the last song. Jesse Mathis. Thank you.
Right, lovely. Can we have another round of applause for Tim? In Britain, we were so blessed to have Mother with us for all those years. And we're also so blessed to have so many talented musicians amongst us. So, yeah, I feel really grateful to be British. Not always so. There's things I'm not proud about the Brits but you know.
I was going to say, Bernard, calm down.
Sure I can't tell that Scotch joke?
No, you definitely can't tell that. If you want to know the joke, go speak to Finbar. Don't blame us when you hear it.
Right, next
we have a presentation.
We have a presentation while one of my favourite acts of all time. I'm so pleased that we do these pujas with the Ukraine, because it means we get to see the heavenly river on a regular basis, and they're wonderful.
Yeah.
And while they're setting up this, we've got a short presentation for you.
Jai Shri Mataji. We're just told to go on the stage. Sorry, a second. Bright. So Jai Shri Mataji, we are freshly coming from Florence with this beautiful book that we printed on the occasion of the Navaratri Puja. And I don't know if you can see the book on the screens or... Yeah. Just 1 second, because it's not us that is important, but the book. So as we worship Shri Mataji during these 9 nights of Navaratri, we felt that another way of thanking her for her blessings and her darshan is to print a book that we called The Coronation of the Goddess. And you have seen already in Kabbalah in the library the crowns of Shri Mataji that have been beautifully restored by Sahajogis throughout this year. And we thought of creating a book dedicated to those crowns, because adding the crowns of Shri Mataji at the end of the puja definitely feels as a culmination of our devotion. So we spent a lot of time, a lot of yogis, taking photos, restoring, preparing the graphic designs, and finding beautiful photos of Shri Mataji from that particular puja of the crown with quotes. And even more so, we found stories of yogis that actually created those crowns and reactions from Shri Mataji about those crowns. And we thought this to be a volume 1, because we know that in so many countries there are crowns that Shri Mataji wore, and you keep them nicely in your ashrams or in your centers. And it would be beautiful to be able to photograph also those and keep them for the history and for the generations to come. You'll be able to enjoy this book tomorrow and after tomorrow in the library at the castle, and you hope you come and enjoy it. And probably you'll hear from us requesting photos and stories and so on, and definitely there'll be more of such books. So thank you, and Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. Dear Mother, this is a heartful offering to Param Puja Shri Mataji of the great remembrances of the divine moments at the pujas held mostly in Europe. The crowns mark the coronation of our Holy Mother in the different aspects of the divine, the deities and their qualities awakened in our subtle system, in the 3 channels and our chakras. Shri Mataji, bless us, please, with more than 100 Sakar pujas in Cabela, in Italy, and these crowns are the testimony of the divine heritage that marks the uplifting spiritual journey of her children. There are indeed many stories behind many crowns and how they were made with love, care, and bhakti, and graciously offered to her. The crowns are offered at the epitome of the puja, when we sing the Aarti with heartfelt feelings of gratitude and prayer, singing the praise of the primordial mother and power. This book, with pictorial memories of the different pujas, is the wholeheartedly dedicated to our Divine Mother, Shri Mataji. We humbly pray her divine Chaitanya fills our limited beings. Salutations again and again to our Divine Mother.
Hello.
I told you to put it on.
So, there was always the risk that they wouldn't be ready and we would have to talk more, and that's exactly what's happened. We were talking. You can't talk. I've got the mic. We were talking about saying a few anecdotes, weren't we, of our Sahaj lives. Yeah, it's pretty obvious we're English, isn't it? So, Bernard and I actually grew up in the same part of London, in southwest London, as you can see, in very different decades. You wait your turn. And I went to school in a place called Sheen, and when we used to go swimming, we'd swim in a place called Richmond, and when we got there would be an announcement saying, "Tower House out now, please," because they were in the pool before us. And Bernard used to go to Tower House. So our paths have crossed across the years, and it's always interesting to see how these things get weaved together. The things we didn't know were being worked out, and now here I am stood next to him. So you can talk now.
Are you guys nearly ready? Apparently, to begin the show, we should have been standing here. We were a bit off centre, so I hope that wasn't a reflection of our spiritual state. So, well, that's the obvious place to stand, but we're out of the camera over here. So, an anecdote. A clean one. Well, I did have a... They're coming to the light. Yeah. Well, we were told to stand there just a moment ago. And we're going into the right, apparently. So. Well, it looks like the anecdote I had thought of saying is quite a long one, which was, maybe I'll save that one for later because it's my experience. You've got a short one. Right, Adam's got a short one, sorry. So
I have a short, silly anecdote. So when I started doing Sage Yoga in kind of the 90s, I went up to Chelsham Road. I'm sure many people here know Chelsham Road. And I went there a few times, and the first couple of times I went there, every time I got there, the staircase was in a different place. So the first time I went, it was kind of here. The next time I went, it was over there. And I sort of wondered, was this like a Sahaj thing? Maybe you have to move your staircase? I wasn't sure my wife would be too happy when I came home and said, sorry, we have to move the staircase. Anyway, that was it. Well, that kind of leads me into my anecdote. So it looks like they've got off the stage a bit, so I'll continue. The first time I went to Chelsham Road, it was for my first puja, which, as far as I can remember, it was round about this time of year, so it might have been Navaratri. I didn't know at the time. I didn't know any of these things. Anyway, this friend of mine said, look, there's a puja at Chelsham Road at 11 o'clock on Sunday. Come along. Thought, right, okay, what's this puja business? And I went to Chelsham Road and I knocked on the door, and a character came to the door. He half opened the door, peered up and down at me and said, yes, what do you want? And I said, is there a puja going on here? And he said, hang on a minute. And he shut the door. Anyway, a few minutes later, he comes down. He opens the door. He says, well, you better come in. So I go in, and there's just 3 yogis there. And they say, come upstairs. So they take me upstairs, and they say, we're going to give you a foot soak. So they get my feet in a foot soak bowl, and they work, the 3 of them work on me. At the end of which they said, well, he might be all right. And I'm wondering what on earth's going on. And I said, well, what's happening? Where's the puja? There's no one here apart from you guys. And they said, well, it's changed. It's going to be in the evening now, and it's not going to be here. It's going to be over in Hampstead, which is the other side of London. So I hung around Chelsham Road all day, and then eventually we drove up to Hampstead, and we got to Hampstead, and there was a full puja with Mother, and that went on
for about 4 hours, from 6 o'clock onwards, and it was 4 hours. At the end of which, Mother said, right, well, we'll have a Havan now. And we had a Havan, and she said, right, all the new people come to the front. So we were all the newer people there, were all jammed right up against this fire at the front. And we had this Havan. There were no windows that I could see in this place. So this place just filled up with smoke. And, never guess what? We did 1,000 names. About 500 names in, I thought these people are stark raving mad. Get me out of here. But I couldn't, because I was rammed right up against the front. And Mother was sat there. Well, no, she was sat there, actually. Anyway, I'm still here today because at the... because apparently, by the time we got through 1,000 names, I'd cleared out enough to reckon that there was something going on, yeah. Right, are we ready to go? God. Right, I'm going to have to tell the Scotsman joke.
Greece. No jokes. We found the jokes. Oh, what are we going to talk about? You'd have thought they'd be ready, wouldn't you? I mean, how long do they need?
I've got a clean joke.
What, the one about the duck?
I've got, yeah. A guy goes to see a psychiatrist with a duck under his arm. And the psychiatrist says, he's quite used to seeing abnormal behavior. So he calmly asks him to sit down and says, right, what can I do for you? And the man says, it's not about me I've come to see you, doctor, it's my wife. She thinks she's a duck. That one went down like a lead balloon.
I did try to stop him. You saw that, right? Okay. Oh, we're getting desperate now. No. Anyone else got any nice anecdotes they want to tell? Yeah? Go on, Finn. Oh, jokes. Okay. Clean joke.
I'm convinced that in my previous life, I used to be a dog.
How do you know?
Just touch me there.
What's the other one about stabbing?
Now, on a serious note, we've just heard some rather bad news. One of my favourite actresses has been stabbed. Reese.
With the spoon?
No, with a knife.
That's Finbar for you, isn't it? Right. They're not ready to go, so I've got a joke that goes back to the Shudi Camps days. This new person turned up at Shudi Camps. It's a house we used to have in England that belonged to Mother. It was our first big house, and we all used to go there to work on it. And we were up there, and someone had turned up with a new person. And we sat down for a meal together, which we all did, along these great big benches. And I think they're starting it. We're going to get halfway through this joke. Anyway, they said, one or two yogis started jumping up and shouting out numbers. Number 3! And everybody laughed. And then someone else jumped up, number 6! And everybody laughed. And this new guy was really, really confused. He said, what's going on? He said, well, when you come to Sage Yoga, if you tell jokes, generally you have to ditch most of them because they're unrepeatable. And we've got so few jokes that we've got them all numbered. And everybody knows the jokes, so they're all numbered. So the guy sitting next to him said, go on, shout out a number and see how it goes down. So the guy goes, okay, number 14. And there's this very polite titter went around the table. And he said, oh, that didn't go down very well, did it? It's a bit like the dark joke. He said, well, it's the way you tell them. He says, try another number. So the guy gets up and he goes, 554! And they all fall around laughing. They're lying on the floor and clutching their stomachs, laughing. He said, well, that one went down a bit better. He said, yeah, they haven't heard that one. You ready? Right, here we are on the most heavenly band. It's the Heavenly River.
Jai Shri Mataji. Слышь? Jai Shri Mataji. We dedicated our music to our beloved mother. So, first composition, Ajneya. It is one of name of Durga from Devi Mahatmya. Second composition, Mata Bhavani. Thank you very much. Next composition, Victorious. nadin dinakadina nadin dinakadina da danakadina nadin dinakadina 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 nadin.
Right. Let's just have one more hand for the Heavenly River, because they're... Right, so what's next, Adam? I see you've got your book. This is for Mario, if he's watching out there in video land. We've got it all written down in the book, not on computers and stuff, because it's much easier.
So Bernard always turns a funny colour when you get a spreadsheet out, so we've gone to pen and paper. We have that's better. We have a video now of a dance from the Swiss collective, a Durga dance, and whilst we're watching that, we're hoping that the next act can be setting up. Yeah? Oh, it started already. So, I'm looking at Anton because he looks like he's relaxing, but actually he's on next. So we have some more live music for you. We have a mother and son duet. So Elena and Anton from Ukraine are going to play for us. I'm not sure how much stalling they need us to do. How many bad jokes do we have to tell? I noticed the audience is slightly less, so we scared them off, do you think? Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to retreat and leave them to it.
Good evening, Shri Mataji. My name is Anton Pivovarov. I'm a saxophone player and composer, and tonight we will play a couple of my pieces, actually partially folk music from Ukrainian folk tradition, arranged in jazz style. And the first composition we will play starts with interlude and followed by the Ukrainian folk song, which roughly translates as "Oh, the rain, please stop." So we were laughing today. It's quite happened to be quite in time for us. Yeah, and after that we will play the piece, which is dedicated to meditation to Shri Mataji, and we'll try to bring you in the experience of what these different like pictures of music, whether it's folk tradition or meditative music. It has this connection to the roots. Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you very much. And special applause for my mom, Galina, who was learning all this music, which is really much more difficult to play than it sounds like. And we will follow up with the last piece, which is called Chords. Inspired from the Indian tour.
Right, thank you, Anton and Galina. Give them another round of applause. It's so beautiful to bring some sobriety to the occasion. So that was absolutely beautiful. Right, next, you might realise my other half isn't here. He's getting his banjo out. He's going to give us some comedy music routine to end the evening. He's going to be joined by Sergei Pushkov. And they're not ready, so I might be free to... No, maybe I better not tell you the Scotsman joke. Actually, I've got another joke. I don't know if I might have even told this in Cabela before. There was an Irishman, a Chinaman, a Swiss, an American, and an Englishman. And they were on an aeroplane that crashed onto a desert island. After they'd been there a week, the Irishman had dug over a plot of land and planted some potatoes. After they'd been there for 2 weeks, the Chinaman had knocked up a wooden shack and was selling chips from the potatoes that the Irishman was planting. After 3 weeks, the Swiss had opened a bank to take the money from the chip shop. After 4 weeks, the Americans had somehow managed to get an armory together to protect the bank. And after 6 weeks, the English had still not been formally introduced. I don't know what else I can tell you at this stage. There's one story I always liked when yogis were working on Mother's House at Brompton Square in Knightsbridge in London. And this building had a well in it, which meant, there was it had an open bit in the middle of the building so that you could get light into the center of the building, and it had windows into this well. And Mother came in and she said, "Has anyone seen Fergie?" And someone said, "Yes, Mother, he's in the well." And Mother responded, "Who put him in? Little Tommy Flynn?" Which, for those of you who aren't English, is a very famous nursery rhyme. But it was, Mother had that sense of humor. The other story I really like is just when Mother first came to London, they had to put on a diplomatic party for Mr. CP and his colleagues in the United Nations. And CP had to go out and buy a whole load of alcohol. And, he didn't know what to get. Anyway, someone asked Mother if she had, she asked them what they wanted, and they said they wanted tomato juice. And then asked if they got any Worcester sauce, because when we drink tomato juice in England, we drink it with this brown sauce, which is rather spicy, and it spices up the tomato juice. Mother said the only Worcester that she'd heard of was Bertie, who was a very famous comedic writer in Britain, who used all these wonderful colloquialisms in his writing. And the idea that Mother was, the vision of Mother reading P.G. Wodehouse There's books on this guy called Bertie Wooster. It's just really tickled me. Right, we've got another half an hour of me. Once here, we had, after one of the evening programs here, we had Nishak Khan performing for us, and we had Mr. Pavar, who was a very famous Kathak dancer. And he was the main artist of the evening, and so he went on last. But Nishak Khan, of course, went on, and he was on for hours, which was all very nice for us. But Mr. Pavar was really, really put out. And I'd been given the instruction that after the show, I was to pick up Mr. Pavar and take him up to Centrasi, where there was a meal waiting for him in the oven up there. Anyway, Mr. Pavar, as I say, was really miffed because he'd also trained up a whole load of a number of little children to come and perform first before he went on. Of course, he went on at about 1 o'clock in the morning. And so it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm driving up to Centrasi, and we go into Centrasi. I was like, right, I've got to get his meal for him. And I open the oven, and all that was in there was this white ball. I don't know what it was. It looked like a giant puffball or something like that, but I had no idea of what it was. Anyway, I thought it must have been some kind of rider for Mr. Pavar. I said, do you know what this is then? He said, no, I've got no idea. And I never did find out what this thing in the oven was, but that was an extraordinary evening, one of many that we have in Sage Yoga. Come on, guys. Right. I lied. They're not going to do comedy. They're going to hopefully get us ready for bed. So they're going to play us a very nice raga.
So, wow, you can't see anything with these lights, can you? It's traditional at a classical Indian concert at the end often to play a rag called Bhairavi, which is very sweet. And unusually you're allowed to play all the 12 notes in the scale. And so it has a lot of variety. Anyway, so we're just going to play a short piece of Bhairavi for you, a little bit of alap, and then some composition with tabla.
Hello. Adam Morgan and Sage Pushkov. I love these guys so much. I love you all. So, shall we all now stand and sing Sri Mataji's mantras?